And it's like, that's not fair. Why didn't they let people know, like last year, they would actually come to everyone's houses at least saying they're like letting people know, and flyers or the newspapers saying that this law has been approved, that you guys need to do this in a certain time. And animals deserve to live. It's not fair that they have to die because these stupid people are money hungry, you know?
So I called them and told them the dogs are no longer, and they said, it doesn't matter, you still have to pay the fee, which is $1,200. So I don't know what to do about that. And I lived there 20 years and I had never heard about any law.
What did they cite you for? Did they cite you for not having a microchip?
For not
having
having
spay neuter, no vaccine,
No vaccine.
and no license?
No license.
Did they actually? So they
They
said,
never even saw the dog.
So they put. So how did they know there were 3? Did they just guess?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Did they come on your property to look over the fence?
Yes.
Just checking.
There's something fundamentally wrong when somebody from the government knocks on your door to see if your papers are in order. That's wrong. Damn wrong. They're looking for irresponsible dog owners, correct? What are they doing? Where are they finding these dogs? In people's property, taken care of, secure. Not on the street. Not people fighting dogs or whatever. They're knocking on your door, getting the animals to bark. It's wrong. This is just tax collectors. They don't care about the dogs. Because what's going to happen? People can't afford this. My father-in-law can't afford this. What are they going to do? Surrender the dogs so they can be destroyed? Is that the goal of the county? Shame. Shame on City of Indio and the city council who dumped their problem on the county, a bigger government, because they didn't have the courage to do the right thing for their community. So they got bigger brother to do their dirty work. Shame on you, City of Indio Council.
I live in Indio, and I'm a business owner in Indio, and I happen to be a dog trainer out of Indio. Now, me as a dog trainer, as a professional in this community, I had no idea about these new laws. Why wouldn't an animal professional know the new laws that are put out for the community of Indio? Why don't I know? Because they didn't let anybody know. They showed up at my house after the news report, by the way. I just want to be clear on that one, because it was after the news report that they showed up at my door. Dogs barked. The gentleman said, oh, well, that just answered my first question. And I said, yes, I have dogs. And he said, are they licensed? And I said, yes, let me get the license for you. Oh, no. What's your name? I'll look it up. Well, if you can look it up, why are you coming to my door?
If you fail to correct these violations, any and all fines and penalties will be forwarded to the appropriate authority, i.e. Franchise Tax Board or DMV.
They never explained to me how to fix it. I had to turn in a permit for each dog. I don't work and I don't have any money. I only want my dogs. The citation is for $1,300.
I called one of those places, they said they only do small dogs for free.
You know, and that's another issue too. Some of these mobile units cannot handle large dogs.
I just don't get it. They don't have the dogs anymore. They're in compliance. It's not right. She's a maid. He's a gardener. Come on. Lower the
I
fine.
asked the animal control officer because his mom is so sick and they can't take the dog to get fixed. If the animal control officer or the group could help them and take the animal to get fixed, and the animal control officer said no. The lady wasn't asking for the officer to pay for fixing the dog and getting it up to the license. She just needed help getting him to get fixed.
I have 2 of them, but 2 of them, I bought them in Mexicali and they had their vaccinations and everything. But he said that was in no good over here in California. He said after you fix them, you fix your problem. If you still jump, then every time they pick them up in the street, we're gonna bring them home, but we're gonna charge you $150. Well, I did fix Marley and I did fix Princess and I took care of them and I went to the donations and everything. I had to get out of work and fix everything. Well, they still told me no. Well, yeah, you still have to pay the fine for Fluffy. You still have to pay for $400. I said, well, I don't have it no more. I don't have it. So no, it's still there. The ticket is still there. I said, okay, well, I can make payments on it. I agree to make payments on it. She said, okay, you're gonna make payments on the 400, but I'm gonna add another 20 just to make payments on it. So I still have the fine, I still can't make the first payment. It's like, I don't know what to do. Now it's becoming a nightmare just to have dogs at home. My daughter, she's 13 years old and she's known these dogs since she was little, and she cries because I told her, I can't handle this, this is a nightmare.
They can make deals with you. They'll say, we'll just charge you for 2. Where do they get this leeway? I'm really curious. And I'm wondering where it is in their policy manual, and who gave them the authority to do this. And if they can do this, then they can make the citations go away.
But they're putting, they give you 20 days, and then if you don't comply, it goes into collections. And one thing the county did tell me is once it's in collections, there's nothing they can do.
It was hard for us to comply within 20 days because I was unemployed at the time, and my mother-in-law is retired, so she lives on a steady check. So it was hard for us to comply within 20 days, but we ended up getting it done. Like I said, it was December. This says second notice dated 3/21/14. So this is the second notice that they have me in collections. We did right away get his shots and his microchip, but to get him neutered, it was impossible. Every time we called, we couldn't talk to anybody. The number that the officer gave us didn't work. And then I called this, and they told me to fax over all the paperwork, that the proof of everything was done. They gave me a bogus fax number because it didn't work. We tried it 4 different times. So I'm stuck with a bill that's in collection.
I have a question for the county. I have a neighbor that has 1 dog, and he's got a ticket. I wish he came tonight, but he is Hispanic. His English is very bad. So it was hard for me to kind of communicate. I did give him the flyer for him to come, but 2 doors down from him, I have a neighbor that has like 50 cats that I have reported over and over and over to the county, and they do nothing. Why are we coming down on this man that has 1 dog who's always on a leash? The dog is in the house, the dog is never running the streets, but this other neighbor with 50 cats doesn't get any citations, nothing, absolutely nothing. So that's just my question for the county.
Well, cats don't need to be licensed.
But it's a health hazard to
No,
have.
I agree with you, but they can't get any money from cats.
Right, I get what you're saying.
Because they don't want to let you guys know what the law is. They don't want to announce it. They don't want to bring a flyer to you or put it in the mailbox and let you guys know exactly what is going on.
There was a gentleman that had told me that the animal control came to his house and they took one of his boxers. He had 3 dogs in the backyard, and they took one of his boxers and they put it down. That's the Cabazon Indian Reservation, and that's sovereign land. They shouldn't be able to go in there on native land and just do that. That gentleman's not here today, and I just want to speak out for him. That's really wrong.
My problem is that I have 4 dogs, and I don't know if any of them have been vaccinated because they were given to me when the dogs were already adults. So I was given a ticket for $1,619.
Y pues yo, como muchas otras personas, tenemos un trabajo que pues no es muy bien pagado.
And as many other people, I have a job that doesn't pay too well.
Yo trabajo por $9 la hora. Tengo 4 hijos de familia, mi esposa y yo.
I work
La
for
renta y todo, ¿verdad?
$9 an hour. I have my family, my children, my wife, and my rent and all that.
Y aparte de eso, pues tengo que mantener a mis perros con su comida. Y no quisiera pues deshacerme de ellos porque la verdad he tenido unas experiencias muy bonitas con mis perros.
And I have to feed my dogs, and I really wouldn't want to get rid of them because truth is I've had some very nice experiences with them.
Since I have been in animal control for probably 8 years, I learned that the care of all the animals, everyone cares for their own animals. Like I said, I don't have a dog at the time, but it's just like a child, completely like a child. That's how everyone that I know in the city of Indio cares for their animals. Yes, you have those 1 or 2 that, are just those people that are very cruel to their animals. But everyone else in the city of Indio I know cares for those animals. When I was laid off, I knew nothing of this thing at all. And I did get water bills, but like I said, in the water bills was not explained, not a thing at all.
Peter and I both do not have dogs, and we received warnings that we needed to license our dogs. On the fix-it ticket for you that you get, it tells you to call the county and if you no longer have the dog. Well, Peter called the county, and he said, well, don't you want my name or anything? And he was told no. So, to me, it's a waste of taxpayers' money that they're sending somebody to your door and giving them a fix-it ticket if you don't have a dog.
And he asked me about the dogs, and I told him the same story.
Y él me dijo que iba a regresar cuando yo terminara mis perros.
And he said he would come back when she fixed all her dogs.
Iba a checar cada cuarto, cada baño y cada closet de mi casa.
And that he was going to check every bathroom, every room, and every closet in my house.
El oficial no me dio una tarjeta con su nombre, solamente si lo veo lo reconozco.
The animal control officer did not leave me a card with his name, but if I saw him, I would recognize him. And before the first month was up, there came a bill saying that I had to pay.
Porque si no, ellos me envían a colección.
Because if I didn't, they would take me to collections. I don't think it's right that when you're doing the things the right way,
ellos se porten así con uno.
They behave like that with you. And she still owes $1,619.
I mean, she's done everything right. I told her to first call the county. She got the extensions for 1 month per dog, which is still a lot for some people. But she's willing to do that. And with my clinic, she was able to afford it. Then she went down to get the license, and she's all excited because she just saved enough money for all the license. And then he put a $25 fee on top of it. And she can only get 2 licensed at the time. So now I do believe she's got all the license, but she's stuck with the citation because she didn't get it all done, 1 per month.
I've been to the Riverside County dog lawn operation a couple times this month for the public records thing. And it was a madhouse. People were everywhere. And I thought, why is so many people here? And they were all there paying fines. And a lot of Spanish, and it was all cash. I was going, man, they're making a lot of money.
When he came to my house, he was whistling. So my dog is trained, you don't do nothing until they come to the door. So she sat there quietly. I came out and I said, can I help you? And he asked me if I had a dog. I could have not told him the truth and said I didn't, but I told him, yes, I do. He asked me if she was fixed, and I said, yes, she's fixed. But, you know, what would happen if I can't find her papers? He said, oh, no problems, just take her to the animal shelter. They'll flip her over and they'll see that she's been spayed, and that's it. You just pay for her being spayed, her license, her microchip, and her rabies. So I called County of Riverside and I told them, okay, your officer told me that if I could take my dog to go get her license, all I need to do is just flip her over, see that she has her surgery, and I would just pay for the license, her being altered. And she said, oh no, I don't know why he told you that. I had to pay $65 for a doctor to check her. I had to pay $45 for the certificate. Less than 5 minutes to flip her over, look at her, and then the nurse comes in and she tells me, oh, by the way, did they tell you that it's $45 for the certificate? She goes, oh, I'll be nice and I'll give you 2.
Just today, I've just been shocked by what I've seen from the people that work here at this casino that have come up to me with these tickets that are $2,000. One was $3,000, one was $500. And these people just work here at the casino. There's no way you can afford to do all that stuff along with all the medical things. And I was shocked that I could not go online and find it in Spanish. All of my neighbors do not speak English. You know, I have to go translate and interpret this stuff to them when I don't even know it.
It has to stop, but I think we also have to address the amounts of money people have already paid. It's not fair that their money and their dogs were taken. Obviously, it's not going to bring back a whole lot of dead dogs because the Board of Supervisors does have the authority to do something. They can't just sit idly by and do nothing and act like nothing is wrong.